Hey guys, first of all, I'm going to apologize because I know a lot of you are probably sick of me oversaturating the page with my stuff today, but a couple people were talking about this in particular. This is how I'm going to be editing the Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, and Thor together, so that they all take place at the same time. So I figured I'd just do a video just on that. So this is what I'm calling part 3 of my collection, my omnibus here. And it starts in 1999 with the flashback to Switzerland from Iron Man 3. And so we have that whole New Year's Eve party. And then I go into the opening montage of the Incredible Hulk. Now, I don't know for sure when that montage took place. If you know, let me know. It might have taken place before 1999. But I don't know. I stuck it in there because it I don't know, it seemed like a good place for it. And then I'm keeping close to that, the alternate opening to the Incredible Hulk where he attempts to kill himself. I just feel like that's probably really soon after he became the Hulk that he did that. So I'm keeping those two together, even though I don't really know for sure if that's when it happened or not. Then from there, we get part of Iron Man 1, starting with it was a flashback in the movie, but it starts with Tony Stark getting presented with the award in the casino, and then we jump to what's the beginning of Iron Man 1, which is him in the Middle East, getting attacked and getting kidnapped, and then most of Iron Man 1 plays out after that. And then I posted earlier a video on the splicing together of the end of Iron Man 1 and the beginning of Iron Man 2, since they happen at the same time with the news report. So that's what's going on here. Those two are just shifting back and forth between the conference and the Vankos watching it on TV in Russia. And then after the interview, so this is immediately after where Anton Vanko dies and Whiplash starts looking to build his own suit. And then I have the Iron Man post-credit scene with Nick Fury. And then I jump into the Incredible Hulk, and I'm trying to break it up between those three movies, Iron Man 2, the Incredible Hulk, and Thor, so that it's not just like watching one movie and then watching the other movie and then watching the other movie. I'm trying to break it up as much as possible while still keeping some narrative value. You know, I don't want to cut it up too much and then it's like, here's a scene and here's a scene and here's a scene. I want to keep big chunks together. So I'm kind of using Fury's Big Week as a guide as to what happens when, you know, what events take place before other events, because Fury's Big Week is a good resource for that. But there's a lot of stuff that is not mentioned or not explicitly shown or explicitly stated when it took place. So I took quite a bit of freedom, I think, with this. But I start out with the Incredible Hulk, and go up until the point where the army finds him in South America, and he hulks out as he's running away from them. And then I stop there, and then I have this little kind of like a montage of Whiplash working on his suit, and you get the sense that this is taking place over a couple of months. You see the news stories about Iron Man, so I stuck it in there just to kind of fill some time. And then I have Blonsky's procedure to just take the super soldier serum. And then we go back to Iron Man 2, and we have the Stark Expo, where he jumps in from the plane, the Senate hearing, and then the attack at the Grand Prix. And then I stop it after the fight between Rhodes and Stark at his birthday party. And then I go back to the Incredible Hulk, and this is the part where Banner's making his way back to the United States and to Culver University. So this is between when he woke up in Guatemala and before he finds Betty again. Then I jump back to Iron Man 2. Rhodes has the Mark II worked on by Hammer, and Fury and Widow meet up with Stark. And Coulson meets with Stark. Stark gets all of his dad's old stuff. And then Coulson says he's leaving. And then I cut to the coronation scene from Thor. It doesn't really explain how soon they go to Jotunheim after he kind of gets messed up with his dad. So I'm kind of stretching that out longer than what I think it's supposed to be. But you never know. They could have made up a plan, and it could have taken them a couple days between when he decided to go and when they actually went. So it's a little more broken up. Like I said, I wanted to kind of mix them together. So this starts at the coronation scene, goes through the vault, and when Odin decides and tells his friends that they're going to go to Jotunheim. Then we jump back to Iron Man 2, and Tony's building his new element. And he gets a call. Well, no, he doesn't get the call yet. But Vanko is still working on his stuff. Justin Hammer gets mad and puts Vanko in a timeout. Then I have the short film, A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to Thor's Hammer, with Agent Coulson at the gas station. Then I jump back to Iron Man 2, and this is the event at the Stark Expo with the Hammer drones and the big battle between Stark and Rhodey and Whiplash. And then from there, I cut to Thor and his friends actually going to Jotunheim. And not a whole lot of time has actually passed, but more than what it seemed like in the movie. And then I have Banner creepily stalking Betty, meeting up with Stan, and up until the point where, let's see, where did I stop? It was right before they went back to Culver University. So this is like as he's staying the night at Betty's house. And then we get what was actually the beginning of Thor, but it wasn't chronologically the start of the movie. So this is Jane and Selvig and Darcy in New Mexico, and then Thor gets banished because he went to Jotunheim, and they run into him and find him. And looks like Thor just keeps going for a while. And it goes up until the point where Thor finds out where Mjolnir is. He gets over there, and he tries to pick it up, and he can't. And the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents and Coulson talk to him, and then they let him go. And then from there I cut back to the Incredible Hulk with Banner and Betty at Culver University. Again, I'm using Fury's Big Week to kind of mark these big events. And that was pretty helpful, actually. So they attack him, he hulks out, and he takes off with Betty. And then we have more of Thor, which is after he's kind of accepted that he can't get the hammer, and he's hanging out with Jane and them. The Warriors 3 come down, and then Loki sends the Destroyer. Thor gets his powers back and goes and fights Loki. Then I cut back to the Incredible Hulk, and they go to meet Stearns. They do the experiment, and then we've got the big Harlem fight. From there, we cut to the end of Thor, where they're kind of celebrating that Thor's back and that the Frost Giants were saved. But Thor is mourning that Loki is gone. And then I have the end of the Incredible Hulk, where Betty sees his picture, and Bruce is in the cabin, and he looks like he's about to enjoy some hulking out. And after that, I have Fury. Well, it's not Fury in the movie, but he was involved with it in the comic. But I have S.H.I.E.L.D. or whoever this is finding Captain America frozen in the ice. And then I have the post-credits scene from Thor the Dark, or not the Dark World, just Thor, with Selvig and Fury. And then I have Fury meeting with Stark about the Avengers Initiative, where Stark becomes the consultant. And then I have the short film, The Consultant, and I spliced in the extra footage from the Incredible Hulk that wasn't in the short film. And then we have Captain America waking up and meeting Nick Fury, and that will lead into the Avengers. So, that's how I've edited that. If you see anything that you think I missed, or that you think I did wrong, like I said, I was using the comic, but that doesn't mean I got everything perfect. So, let me know if you see anything that I should change.